Shabbat Shalom. This week's Parsha of Tavo begins with a description of one of the oldest liturgical rituals in all of Jewish history and tradition. It was a first fruits ceremony. Ki Tavo el haaretz, when you come into the land and you plant and you sow and you reap and you harvest. At the end of the harvest, one was commanded to bring the first fruits of that harvest to the temple, to give the first fruits to the Kohen who was in charge at that time, and recite prescribed words. At the end of this recitation, this paragraph, which also finds its way into the Passover Haggadah, there is this curious ending. V'samachta b'chol hatov, asher natan lecha Adonai Elohecha uleveitecha. And you shall rejoice and be happy and be glad for all the good which the Lord has done for you and your household. Why do I say that this is surprising? Because I try to imagine if after the entire history of settlement in the land and then facing starvation and moving into Egypt, hundreds of years of slavery in Egypt, and then the entire Exodus, and then coming to the foot of Mount Sinai, receiving the Torah, and finally coming into the land. And then, after working the land, to be able to reap a harvest that I planted with my own hands, how would I feel? I imagine I would be awash with a whole range of emotions, but chief among them would be joy, wouldn't it? Here I have accomplished so much that rejoicing would be a natural response. So why does the Torah find the need to command us, v'samachta b'chol hatov, that you shall rejoice for all the good that God has done for us? And I think the answer is quite profound. I wish I had thought of it. It's not original with me. There are some people who, when spit upon, proclaim, "It is raining." And others who, when caught in a rain, will say, "Somebody's spitting on me." In other words, there are among us, perhaps most of us, perhaps even you, a natural pessimism which is able to grab all of the negativity, all of the sadness, all of the fear and anxiety from everything that's good in our lives. Pessimism is part of our DNA, and optimism needs to be learned. And that's what the Torah is saying. V'samachta b'chol hatov, you shall rejoice for all the good. In other words, when we have achieved and accomplished something like the Torah is talking about, and we have results, we have first fruits, we need to be able to see the good. And when we do, all we will see in our lives is blessing. The blessings we receive from God, from the universe, the blessings of our friends and community, and the blessings of our family. And then the only possibility is to rejoice and be happy, full of joy at all the good in our lives. That, I believe, is one of the first messages of Judaism, and why this idea was made into a ritual, so that whenever we are blessed with good, all we see is the good. Shabbat Shalom. May you have a Zis and Shabbos, and I'll see you in Shul.